My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. These are my dog tags. Now, I just watched the video. I don't know what channel this is, but I'm mad because what this soldier says is exactly 100% right. And I don't always ask for my military discount, but it wouldn't hurt if I could use it everywhere, okay? Because I'm not exactly rolling in dough for the young lady that I'm about to show you guys on this video.
Wow, that is so rude.
Her face is blurred out.
All of you think you're entitled because you're in the military and you deserve all these special privileges.
It's not a privilege. It's a discount. A privilege is getting to go home. To go home to your family every night. To go home in a free country. Because some people give up their privileges so that people like you can have them. I'm really sorry for that.
I don't want to order anything anymore.
Not only did I like and share this thing, let me tell you people who don't know soldiers. Let me tell you people who get to sleep at night. Let me tell you people who get up every fucking day and go to work. Without soldiers protecting our borders, without soldiers catching bullets and losing their lives for every time you take a fucking breath, we deserve a military discount. We deserve a break. We deserve free health insurance for life. Because our lives we put on the line for you and for people like her every day that a soldier puts on them dog tags and suit up in their uniform to go out and catch a bullet, especially infantry soldiers. We deserve a lot better than what veterans have been getting for years. There are World War I veterans that are still alive that have just, whichever one guy that is, just received their reparations. There are World War II vets that fought in fucking Pearl Harbor, that died in Pearl Harbor, in our own fucking soil, that are just starting to receive their reparations. There are warrior soldiers from the Korean War, from the Vietnam War, from Iran and Iraq and Desert Storm, that are just starting to get their preparations, and you don't think we deserve a military discount. Now, clearly this young lady is ignorant and has no idea how hard it is to be a soldier. Well, guess what, darling? Women are soldiers too, and they're on the front line now. At least that's what I've been told, that they were moving women up to the front line because according to Fort Benning, Georgia, women are getting involved in infantry now. So it won't be long before they're over there deployed, M4 in hand, and tearing a motherfucker's asshole open. So to think that this woman would say this soldier doesn't deserve a discount when he goes to food. Every store on earth, including small business, should offer a soldier the military discount. And it should be for life. Now, I'm going to tell you, here in Charlottesville, Virginia, I know 3 stores that allow me to use my military discount. And they're the only stores that I shop in. And granted, they can only do it like that one day or when there's a sale. With the exception of one store in particular that lets me use it all the time. Military discount is important to soldiers because we don't make as much money as you think. There's not a whole lot of money to triage soldier to soldier to soldier. And some soldiers get paid more than other soldiers because they've been there. They have rank. And the higher your rank is, the higher your check. So for this young lady who insulted this guy in whatever fucking restaurant they were in, you know, this dude is a soldier. He has given up his ability to live in our society to go over there and fight people who aren't so nice, who are taking out people in villages who can't fight back. That's what the American soldier does. We are the bulk of the UN army. We have our own forces, but when the UN has to step in, most of their forces are either American or Canadian. Very few countries in the UN have as much as we have into the UN military. Now, the UN is the United Nations. That means it's an army that has damn near every soldier from every country in it. All right? The Geneva Convention does not allow us to recklessly go around and just start wars. Now, when a country applies to help or need help from the UN, it's a hard application process. But here's how wars like the Vietnam and the Korean War and stuff happen. When the first Vietnam War came, North Vietnam was against South Vietnam because it was a democracy versus a dictatorship. All right, and technically, I think South Vietnam might still be kind of communist, but they still had, more choice. Where in North Korea they had nothing, and the Vietnam War, same basic concept, but most of the Vietnam War was more like a drug war, and lots of innocent people were being taken out. Lots of soldiers died in Vietnam that didn't have to die. And if you're not a soldier, you want to tell us that we don't deserve to have some fringe benefits for signing our lives up to die for this country. Every person who's ever signed the oath of service, who's ever joined the military, whether you've been honorably discharged or dishonorably discharged, you volunteered to die. The second that you pass that ASVAB test and you get sworn in, you have volunteered your life for a country in which we all love. And we, as soldiers, even when we go rogue, we still love home. Ain't nothing like home. We will die for home, which means we will die for every fucking one of you. And that includes Donald Trump. So, when you talk to us soldiers and think that we don't deserve a military discount, how would you feel if all the Native Americans decided that all of the Americans who don't have one drop of tribal blood in them had to get the fuck out the country? How would you feel then? You would want those soldiers because those soldiers would be able to at least have some kind of clarity of what the fuck is about to happen. Now, let's say that American history was changed. Let's say America was never discovered by white people, and that there was no slavery, and that no Africans were forced to come over here and work by being sold out by their own tribes. Let's say that Asians enjoyed Hong Kong and Asia so much that they didn't want to travel to the Americas to create a new life. Let's say that in a world where it was perfect and you could believe what you want and pray to who you want and go wherever you want without a fucking incident or an issue, everyone would be at peace. That's not going to happen because people who don't think that people who volunteer to die to save the country in which you live in so that you can sleep well at night don't have the right to have some kind of discount. So, in closing, you aren't a soldier. I will always be a soldier. I didn't get to serve the way I wanted to serve, but I did serve. I wanted to stay in the army. I didn't want to come home. But hip replacement and a soldier that can't run and can't shoot is no good to anyone. So, I earned my dog tags. I earned my military discounts. I paid for it with bone out of my ass. I'm paying for it now. I don't get as much money from the military because I'm at 20%. I need another hip replacement for overcompensating for this hip replacement, which they missed. Militaries have military hospitals and clinics. I went to the hospital. They missed it. For some reason, they missed it. The clinic couldn't find it, and it took 3 years out to get it. So, if you think we don't deserve a discount, you look at a soldier that's lost his arm. You look at a soldier that's lost his leg. You look at a soldier who has no arms or legs. You look at those bedridden soldiers that are in VA hospitals for the rest of whatever is left of their life. And you tell us we don't deserve a discount. You're wearing a pretty dress. You're hot and sexy. You have the right to go around and bop around and do whatever you want because we make it so. It's just that simple. We die so that you can live. That's what soldiers do. Whether you're infantry in the Marines, infantry in the Army, where you're a seaman on the Navy ships, where you're an airman in the Air Force, and whether you're a Coast Guard. We die so that you can live. And every branch of military deserves to be able to use the military discount. And it should be used every day, but it's not. And I will go back to that because here in Charlottesville, Lowe's, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because Lowe's allows me to use my military discount on a daily. Racker Room, granted I can only use it on Tuesday and days y'all have mega sales. And I can barely afford shoes, and the doctor doesn't want me wearing shoes that have laces because it'll stretch out the hip or something. I don't know what, it's a medical something or another. But we deserve to have those discounts. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.